As the Nigerian music industry continues to thrive, gainfully engaging mostly young people in the arts and consequently contributing to the country's economic growth, it is also pertinent to recognize the challenges of the new talented ones sprouting up daily. Hi everyone, welcome to the show. This is Edak Willie show, and I have Dolce and Lily Perez in the house. They are both artists. One is a secular musician and one is a gospel musician. So, Dolce, straight to you.
Okay.
Why do you choose to go into secular music? Okay. Is it that you hate God or what?
I don't hate God.
So, why did you choose
that? It's a secular music, but I call it a gospel too. That's my gospel.
Okay.
I might not do the religious gospel, but this is my gospel. And it's a good news I'm bringing to you, I'm making you happy. Okay. It's a gospel.
Yeah. And you, Lily Perez. So now, why did you choose gospel? Don't you like life?
I absolutely do. But for me, music has always been a passion for me, right from when I was really young. And gospel music for me is more like ministry. You know, we all have different ways we express our music. You're expressing it through the secular gospel, like you said. You know, I am expressing it as a ministry. You know, edifying people and basically reaching people for God. Yeah, so that's why I decided to stay there.
Okay. He brings happiness. You bring people to God.
Absolutely.
I might as well bring it to God with that.
Yes.
Yeah. Inspire.
Just the medium.
Yes.
Okay. So now tell me, how did it start for you?
Okay, actually, I started from church. Everybody, they will tell you most artists start from church, but it's not a lie. I started from church actually, as a chorister. I didn't leave the church. From there, I went to a music school where I decided to build more on the music, the career. Then left to the studio, learned the engineering. Let me surprise you. I used to be Samuel Koso's sound engineer.
Okay.
Yeah, for like 2 years to 3 years. I worked with him. I had a lot of experience. I gathered a lot of experiences. You know, it was nice working with him. So I know what
you learned the ropes.
Yeah. The gospel industry.
Okay.
You know, so I learned it very nice. I enjoyed it.
So, okay, now we are looking at surviving as an artist in Nigeria. Okay. Let's come to you, Lily.
Yes.
How is it to survive in this industry? What is it like to survive in this industry?
Honestly, it's not as easy, you know, as it may seem. You know, I know when you come out with videos, you dress really well, and everybody's like, this person, you can testify to that, you know, but there are a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. And I'm just grateful that there are people who have, people like you mentioned, Sammy, that have helped the industry, especially I'm speaking for gospel, for instance. There are people that have gone before us and have somehow like stepping stones for us and, you know, created platforms. Okay. But we go through a lot of challenges. We have the financial ones. It takes a lot of money. I know you want to do it for God, but God's the God of excellence. So you need to, you can't give him any mediocre thing and say, God, receive it, you know. A lot of stuff like that you need to promote. You shoot good videos. If not, people are going to be like, why are you hanging around the tree? Why are you holding flowers? You know how we did it back in the day. We've stepped up gratefully. The acceptance. I think it's just human nature. When they're used to something, people don't like adapting. So you see a new artist coming out sometimes with a different sound, and you're like, it's not what I'm used to. So you get a lot of resistance. Yes, you get a lot of resistance. You come on, you know, everybody's like, you know. So as an artist, you face a lot of resistance. You know, people are not, human beings really are not really open to change and adapting. So when you're familiar with a particular kind of sound or a face, you're like, that's what I want to stick with. So you see it, absolutely. So you see this young girl. I'm using myself as an example. Not that young, but I think I look pretty young. You see this, you see this young girl come out and she's singing, and it's like, who is this person? This is not this person, you know. So you face stuff like that in the industry, and if you're not careful, it will weigh you down, and you want to, but you know, challenges.
But if you have the passion, you keep pushing.
Keep going.
Absolutely.
So is talent good enough?
Talent is not enough, actually. If you ask me, talent is not enough, because you would need support from a label. If you have a label, if you don't have support from a label, if you don't have support from a label, I don't think in this country your music would move. Because you go to a radio station, they'll tell you you have to bring one amount of money, one huge amount of money. From where? After the recording from the studio, you pay the studio session, you compose, then you mix your master, you go to make a video for your song, then you go to promote it, start asking for a huge amount of money for to play your songs and all that. And that alone can kill your inspiration and your morale.
It's true.
I'm telling you, trust me.
So looking at it, let's hear your own view. What are the things that you need to help you succeed as an artist?
Absolutely, he said some. He said a couple of things.
It's the money.
Apart from the skill,
yes, skill isn't enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to speak as a gospel artist. Because that's my, and as a gospel artist, I see it as ministry. So you cannot just come and say you have the skill, and you need to be grounded in the Word of God. You can't give what you don't have.
Of course.
So when you come on stage, people, if you want to listen to people who have beautiful voices and everything, there are lots of
many
people. There are many who sing better than me and a whole lot of others, So there's something that will make people want to connect with your music. You need to listen to God's word. You need to stay in the place of prayer so that when you come out, sometimes someone said, I think it was Sinach, I was watching one of her interviews, and he said sometimes it's not the music, it's something you say while ministering that connects with someone and resonates with someone's spirit, Then let's talk about the physical part. You need money. You need to push. You need money to promote studio. Thankfully, I'm married to a producer, so I don't need to pay. I still pay other producers for sessions and stuff. But you need money. You need support. Even gospel music, most of the time we do live music, and then you're going to get a band. You cannot just, tell them, come and back me up, and then when they're going, you say, God bless you.
No, they need money.
Yes.
They need money because they rehearse.
God bless you. You need to pay them studio rehearsals.
It doesn't work that way. You have to.
So putting money and talent side by side, which one is more important?
The two is very... The two works together.
I think they go like this.
No, they work together because you have to have the money to push the material.
Absolutely.
You can't push the material without money. You should have the money to push the material because after all the work is the money.
Okay, let's take it a bit further. Gospel music and secular music, which one is more rewarding financially? But you hold it after the break, you'll answer that question.
Okay.
We'll be back.
The Western world, they influenced us, took us to the Rihanna world and the Jay-Z
Okay.
Boom boom world.
Yeah. And,
it's the Edak Willie Show.
welcome back. If you're just joining us, we've been discussing surviving as an artist in Nigeria with a beautiful lady and a handsome young man in the house. Now, surviving as an artist in Nigeria, secular music and gospel music, which one is more rewarding financially? Let's roll with you.
Okay, I'm happy you put financially.
Yeah.
In my opinion, secular music is more rewarding financially. Okay, we have although we have gospel artists who are up there and are really doing well. They might not be blowing their trumpets, but they're doing well. But financially, I think secular artists, secular music is more rewarding.
Okay.
So that's
why
why as a gospel.
Say that?
You hear, maybe it's because they always put it on social media. I don't know, but you hear people going for shows, and then you hear some ridiculous amounts of monies, and then we talk about shows. People pay fees.
Yeah.
There's hardly any gospel show where you bring out the show, you spend a lot of money, and then you ask them pay a fee or a token, and people pay. People hardly do that. So most of the gospel shows are free.
Okay, I usually wonder, like this part of the world, most of us are Christians. So how come gospel musicians are not making it, or they are not paying to listen to come to your show as a gospel musician?
I feel that the aim most of the time is not to make money. It's just a kind of like an evangelism.
But they need to understand that you need to survive.
Yes, and sometimes when you put the fee on it, people are like,
But I think
did you pay for the gift?
Yeah.
I think is the mentality of people. Once it comes to the gospel,
Gospel, yeah.
they see it
It's free.
as a God work.
Absolutely.
It should be free.
Okay, let's hear from your own angle.
Okay.
You're a high life musician.
Gospel.
Would you
but
agree?
not religious.
Would you agree that it's more financially rewarded than gospel?
Yeah, if you ask me, yes. Yes, yeah, because
Okay.
I think the Western world, they influenced us, took us to the Rihanna world and the Jay-Z world,
Okay.
the Bum Bum world.
Yeah, yeah. And okay, so I guess what sells there, is it the twerking or the shaking of everything? Why is it always so?
That one is very important.
Why is it important?
Okay, you know, already in this century, what you hear and what you see alone is controlling now. So if you don't have that in your video, they don't see it interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to put that there, because I think the world right now, I think the Western world, they've actually changed the market for us.
Okay.
If
It's
you,
all about
if,
what you
if you,
see, what
yeah,
you-
yeah. If you make it too decent, I don't think people want to watch it.
Okay, but I want to think that it's always the guys that make these rules. So how come the guys are always well clothed and the ladies will now be nude in checking all the things out?
The ladies at the market,
Okay.
so they have to do that to sell your video. You know, they have to look good to sell your video.
Artists seem to fight a lot with their record levels. What seems to be the problem?
Okay, most times it is the artist not knowing what they're signing.
Okay.
Okay, they don't give the contract time to go through it. Probably give someone or a lawyer that understands the contract. Because if you don't know what you're signing and you sign, you might get yourself into trouble. Do you understand? So that's the
Sometimes it's just the happiness of,
the happiness,
finally I'm
everybody's
going to be signed. Yeah.
And you're so eager to sign.
Oh.
You don't want to give it the time, read through and see if you don't understand what you don't after reading.
You don't even understand. You
You
need
might
to
not
give to
understand.
a
There's
lawyer,
something.
yeah.
There's something about confusion there
Yeah.
that you might not understand. You might think, or at the end they might leave a word like perpetual. Now you might think it's one sweet word and you didn't know. You don't know it's like forever and work together with the label you're signing with. You know, like if you don't when you don't understand something like that, you don't sign. It's good you don't sign. It's good to give to someone that understands. Probably a lawyer that will break it down for you. Then you understand what you're signing.
So what's your own
Probably
personal
adjust.
experience like with your own
Okay,
label?
okay. Yeah, my label brought me a contract. I read. There are things I don't understand. I took to my lawyer. He went through and we adjust and come to an agreement. Now we're here.
Is it the same for you in a gospel industry?
I think
Do they fight?
First of all, I think a little bit the same, but the difference is that we don't really have many record labels in the gospel
Yeah.
music industry. A lot of artists are self-sponsored. You know, we don't really have, you know. I think maybe it's because we're not making as much money as you guys are making.
Okay,
but
so
very
you're
soon-
self-sponsored
Yeah, a lot of artists, most of the artists
in
you see,
gospel.
are self-sponsored.
Oh.
So when they get to a certain level, they now get other people under their wings. You know, yes. So it's not really the same. We don't have issues of fighting, maybe because we don't have
Much
a lot of
labor.
them yet. Yes, on ground.
Okay, so what are some of the structures that you'd want to see in place to help artists grow in Nigeria?
Wow. We want.
Anyway, think about it. Let's
Oh,
take a break. When we come back, you'll
Okay.
answer that.
All right.
Stay with us.
I just had to be grateful because when you go through things like that, it's very easy to fall into depression.
Yeah.
Especially when you think, you know, I'm serving God. everything's
Why?
working.
Yes.
This is
Why?
happening.
Haven't I tried?
Absolutely, you know. So
It's the Edak Willie Show.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, we've been having fantastic discussion here with Lily and Doshe. Now, please tell us, what are some of the structures that you'd love to see bring into place in the industry that will help you grow?
Well, for me, I think I'd love to see plagiarism or piracy taken much more seriously. Okay, so where even if you need to sing someone else's song, you need to take permission and maybe pay some form of royalties and all those kind of things, because sometimes you see the same song, your song, you hear it somewhere else. The person even sings it better than you. And everybody's like telling that person.
The packaging is better.
Yes.
I actually saw one of my friends' song in the US.
Wow.
The packaging was so fine.
And nobody will believe that it's actually a
And
fun
because
song.
I know them very well, so I said, no, they don't know.
It's really heartbreaking. And also maybe structures where by writers are recognized, producers are recognized, you know, a more evolved industry. You know, so because right now what we have is that an artist comes, you want to write your songs. If you can produce, once you learn how to use Fruity Loops, you produce it, you do that, you know. So we want that kind of structure, so everybody is getting royalties, and you find out that the music generally will be more of more quality, you know, absolutely.
Okay,
you know,
let's
so,
say.
yes.
To add to what she said, I think another a forum that could help track this probably bring this playing on air. You pay before you play your song. You have to pay a huge amount of money before they play your video or play your material. You go to their lab, you have to pay them before they pirate your song.
Oh,
things
you have
like
to pay them to
you
pirate
pay a huge
your
amount
song.
before they will pirate you and promote you. I don't understand.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's terrible.
That's
I don't know
great.
how they're gonna work that out.
Yeah. Okay, let's hope. You know, you guys are going to sing for us there. But
yeah.
meanwhile, I have to come to you again, Lily.
Okay.
I like people who turn their challenges into success. I see you wearing your challenge here as a trinket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you turn it into, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to talk a bit about it because some people could. There are some people that would not want to even touch on their talent because they had a scar. And look at you wearing it as a trinket. It's a badge of honor.
You know?
Absolutely.
And it's
I
looking fine.
like that spirit.
Thank you.
And it's so
Thank
fine.
you.
Yeah. Some people look at it and now going to start making
You
their
made
own
it
tattoo.
beautiful, you know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful. Early this year, in 2018, last year in February, I had a fire accident. You know, my help forgot to turn off the gas. I had a fire in the house, so I was literally on fire. And for over a period of, you know, slightly over 4 months, I had to be indoors, you know, bedridden, medical, you know, the whole thing. And it was a long recovery period. And during that period of pain, God gave me songs which I compiled into the album Seat of Victory.
Yeah,
and I just had to be grateful because when you go through things like that, it's very easy to fall into depression.
Yeah.
Especially when you think, you know, I'm serving God. Everything's
Why?
working.
Yes.
This is
Why?
happening.
Haven't I tried?
Absolutely, you know. So what God just let me know during that period, you know, He says, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death. You know, it's not if you will walk through the valley of shadow of death. And that was my own period. But He was holding my hand, so I didn't have to fear. And you know, I brought this album. If you listen to it, the whole theme basically is of victory and thanksgiving. You know, so I'm just grateful. It's been a huge blessing to people.
Turning your strain into your
Absolutely.
stress into
Absolutely.
success. You know, walk through that fire.
And these are marks of victory for me.
Yes, when they say walking through the fire, you actually literally walked through the fire and you became a success.
Inspiration.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
This is an
God is just
inspiration.
Yes, that's
It's
such a
just
big
faithful.
inspiration.
I have to listen to this album.
Yeah, please let's sing.
I have to.
Let's sing. You sing. Let's hear.
So I'm going to sing my song, Amazing God. The lyrics are, Amazing God, you do mind-blowing things.
Man.
This is a mind-blowing thing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing God, amazing God, you do mind-blowing things. Amazing God, you do mind-blowing things. Amazing God. It's a very simple one.
You have a beautiful gift.
Thank you so much.
You're so talented.
I feel like singing right now.
Beautiful gift you have there.
The
Yeah.
religious gospel.
I can just listening to you. A lot of people are going to be touched and helped and lifted up there from the low places that they've been.
Amen.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Let's hear you.
Oh
You
my.
Mr. Secular, Mr. High Life.
oh
Take
my
us to that high place.
Oh my God. Oh. What a beautiful day. A kind of day where you feel say, Oluwa go pay you. After the hustle and butler, one from my head, I go use them cool my temper. Oh, hallelujah, la siaka. Onyo luyali be feno. Mobile see they see something. Eno abi jeno. Aye. This is my gospel.
Finish. Finish. I wanted to hear more. Why did you stop now?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for this wonderful day, this wonderful discussions. We've been all touched on different levels at different points of our life, that because we are not all on the same level, but I guess that you guys have touched us all at different points. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Lily and Oche.
Yeah,
That's all that we have for you on this particular segment, but you should not go away because we are going to bring medicine from your kitchen for you. You stay with us, we'll be right back.
It's the Edak Willie Show.